Well, good afternoon, this is Houndog Steve wishing you a very pleasant afternoon. And we're down here on the Emily Trail, and it is very quiet today. There is only one other person on this trail, so Jazz can have a little bit more freedom. Now, one of the things that I have found in training, I don't know if you can see, this is a 14-foot leash, and I just let Jazz drag that around because it is extremely easy just to step on the end of that leash. You know, sometimes you'll be that far ahead, and I can just walk over here, put my foot on that leash, and I can grab that leash pretty quickly. And that is basically how I trained Jazz to come. Come! Good girl, come! Good girl. Good girl. And always a treat when she's a good girl. Anyway, I'm very pleased with my German Shepherd. She has turned out to be an absolutely fantastic dog. She is learning so quickly, and I've been coming down this trail pretty well exclusively all winter time. I made a video earlier in the year when there was no snow on the ground, and as you can see, this is a beautiful spot year round. Has a whole different character in winter time. Anyway, Jazz is now 7 months old, and where before I was kind of play training with her, now I am being a lot more insistent on good behavior. When you're on the trail like this, your dog has to come immediately when you call your dog, and this should be in any situation. It is so important. It's one of the first things your dog has to be taught how to do, and that is how to come on command. Come! Good girl, good girl. And again, always a treat. Good girl, good girl. Now, one of the things you'll notice is that Jazz stays pretty close when we're walking. She never gets too far ahead. And the weather, by the way, has warmed right up. It is 1 degree, and it's actually raining. There is a light rain coming down as I'm hiking along here. Now, do you see that? See, she's looking back all the time. Now, one of the things I do all the time when I'm on this trail is I suddenly turn around and go in the other direction. And there you go. And now I'm going to turn around again and go back this way. And you know, it sort of keeps your dog guessing and keeping her eye on me, or him on you, whichever you have, whichever sex you have. But you know, it's interesting. I find this quite an interesting situation, because although I do know how to take a leadership role, I tend to be more of a cooperative kind of personality rather than a dominating kind of personality. But when you are talking dog or horse, in any kind of animal situation, you will notice that there is a pecking order, and the alpha dog goes first, and all the rest follow the alpha dog. And so basically there is no choice. Either she is the alpha or I'm the alpha. And if she turns out to be the alpha, you've got the equivalent of a 5-year-old child. That's about how intelligent shepherds are. trying to show you the way. And if you don't establish that, leadership, they will just walk all over you. They will just, well, you know what it's like for yourself. If you are following somebody that you don't trust, well, when they run to jump over the crevasse, you're going to hesitate. You're going to go, hey, is this a crazy fool? He doesn't show much leadership qualities. And so you question that. And it's the same with animals. You have to be the role model. You have to be the leader. And so I always make sure that I am in charge, that she is watching me, and that I am the alpha dog in this situation. And it seems to be working out okay. But I think this is where a lot of people go wrong. You know, they don't, they're frightened. They think they're being too hard on the dog, and I'm not saying you have to beat the dog to death or, you know, hit him with a stick or what have you, but you have to be firm. They have to know exactly when you mean what you say, and you say what you mean. Otherwise they will. And I was surprised, actually. I thought, being a female, that Jazz would be a little less alpha, but you know what? It don't matter. They need to know, they need to feel secure around your leadership. Now this is probably the most beautiful part of the whole trail, and I can't tell you how amazing it is to be able to have a place like this to get away to in these most difficult and trying of times. And I've certainly, as I say, come down here as many times as I can with the dog, and it has surely cleansed my soul as we've been through the last year of madness. Anyway, even though we're out and having a fun walk together, every situation, every play situation is a possible learning situation. And like I say, this is my treat of choice, and if you can see that, that's a piece of beef jerky, and man, does she love beef jerky. Come, good girl, come. And the sit, and the treat. Good girl, good girl. And I will do that over and over and over again, and as you can see, she's getting pretty good at it. And also what I did whilst I was on the trail is when I bump into people, we might see one other person today, but when people are coming towards us or other animals, I just calmly get her to sit down between my legs, and I hold onto her collar good and tight, but I make sure she just sits and watches people come up to us, walk past, and just let her think about it. We came down the trail the other day, and there was a couple with a leash aggressive shepherd, and oh my fricking god, it was unbelievable. That dog was trying to attack every other dog on the trail. They were embarrassed. The dog was hard to control, and that's the last thing you need. So I want to make meeting other people a pleasant experience for my dog, other animals a pleasant experience, and so there's no harsh yanking or pulling. She just sits between my legs, I hold onto the collar, and I just give her that moment to see what's going on so that she can take it in, and because I want my dog to be what they call bulletproof. I want to be able to take her anywhere, and there's going to be no problem, and she's going to be easy to get along with, getting along with children, people, and other animals, because look at that crazy dog. She just loves the snow. But these animals are prey driven, and as I say, they are alpha dogs and they are smart, and if you do not stay on top of the situation, this is not a dog you can leave all day, take a 5-minute walk with, and then wonder why there's all kinds of problems, neurotic stuff happening, they start snapping, and oh yeah, these dogs have to be well exercised, and you have to be on top of the training and get that relationship built up between you and your dog. and because this is a team dog, that's why they're chosen for police dogs. And thankfully I do have the time now. I'm sort of semi-retired, and so I can come out on the trail 3-4 days a week and take the time to stop and chat to people, you know, get her to lie down when I'm talking, like, so that she understands that that's how the game is played. When the alpha dog stops, well, you just stop too, and you either sit down and lie down, and you wait for me to start moving again. So I haven't seen a downside so far of owning a German Shepherd. Like I say, she's coming along wonderfully. I think she's just coming into heat. She's getting kind of broody and very restless when we're at home now. She wants to be outside all of the time. You bring her in and next thing you know, she's scratching at the door to get out again. Come. Good girl. Come. And again, straight away, that treat. And those treats will die off as she gets a little older, because it will become just automatic. When I call or when I whistle or say the word come, she will just come automatically, and it won't be, you know, an endless situation where you're bribing the dog. And of course, you know, if you are a strong leader, you watch a pack of wolves and you watch how that lead dog behaves. He just keeps everyone in line, and they're all looking at the lead dog to see what the lead dog's going to do next, and that's who you have to be, because if you're not, the dog, your dog, whatever kind of dog you have, will try and take on that position, because that's their hierarchy. And I don't think there's any getting around of it. I don't think you're going to train that out of the dog. And so be strong and be firm. Don't be mean, just be firm, and let that dog know. Come, come. Good girl, good girl, good girl. And like I say, straight away, that treat. And as I say, at 7 months, I'm starting to get a little bit more insistent that she do exactly as she told. Before I was a little bit more lenient, and yeah, maybe she didn't always sit down every time when I called her back. But now, and same when I'm throwing the ball, I want her not to be jumping up and snapping at the ball, but sit down and you wait till I throw that ball. The other thing I found that isn't really such an issue is the shedding, although I have been brushing her every day. Maybe it's just because it's winter time and that coat is just hanging on because it has been cold. But that's the only issue. We don't go walking on the roads either, so I haven't had any salt issues on the paws. This is the only place we go for walks, or in the backyard, and so no issues there. Anyway, I thought I'd do a quick update as I'm walking through this beautiful tract of land, the Emily Tract, and in the meantime, this is Houndog Steve signing off, enjoying his dog very much. I hope all of you dog owners everywhere across the world enjoy your pets, and that they are as much of a joy in your life as Jazz has been since she came into mine. Beautiful, beautiful baby girl. Okay, you take care. You have a great day now. See ya. Bye.